What's up? What's up? Polo Sports Talk and ENT here again with another one. Hit the like, sub, comment, notification, do all that good stuff. Okay. So yesterday I talked about this in reference to James Harden. Being an all-world talent, but trans. It's not translating to wins. And when I mean wins, I'm talking about championship wise, or at least even just getting to the finals. But I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this. Look at this very clear. Some of y'all already are aware of this if you're a basketball head, And I wasn't really going to bring this up because I understand, the type of style that James Harden plays, but it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable, especially when you consider the amount of times in comparison that he dribbled when he was at OKC and when they were sharing, at least sharing the ball, in which you have three ball dominant forces. At that time, James Harden wasn't ball dominant like that. But see, right here, in game one of the WCF, when he played the Juggernaut, he dribbled a total of 550 times in comparison with, like I said yesterday, with Clay, Steph, and KD. And I'm not going to even throw in Clay in there because Clay understands how to move without the ball. And for those of y'all that don't think that Clay can't dribble, Clay can dribble. He just chooses not to. Okay, and Clay is he played multiple positions. You know what I'm saying? He's not, what you would call like a true point guard or any of that. You know what I'm saying? KD handles the rock more than Clay. Okay, so I don't want to hear any of this stuff. Clay can dribble. Now does he have handles out of this world and crossing people up and stuff like that? No, and he doesn't need any of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they have him there for. Okay, but never mind all that. Let's just get to the gist of things. So you telling me you would want to play with somebody who dribbles that much, who out dribbles three superstars on one squad? Okay, yes, he's an all-world talent, yeah. But you dribbling that much, and it's not translating to wins. Last time I checked, when you go to the playoffs, the thing that people look for the most is defense and rebound. Defense and rebound win championship. However, I know some people feel differently. They feel like defense. Nobody really plays defense like that. And look, I've said it before. When James Harden was at OKC, he played great defense. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like James Harden didn't step his game up when he was with when Russ came, and he stepped his defense up a little bit when Chris Paul was there too. But we're not talking about that. Listen, when you dribble, a lot of people really don't want to see that. So when we're talking about the higher ups and all these people in the organization and stuff like that, man, they brought Silas over there, man, and Silas said he doesn't want the ball to stick. He does not want the ball to stick. He wants the ball to move around. In this era of basketball, the ball moves around. like John Moran, even him, he doesn't dribble as much as James Harden. Trey Young, for as much as we like how exciting he is and everything, he doesn't dribble the ball as much as James Harden. CP3, damn sure doesn't dribble the ball as much as James Harden. Now, I mean, you could put Luka up in there, but Luka kind of plays a similar style to James Harden, and I've been critical of Luka for that. I've been critical of Luka for that. But I want to know, like, would you want to play with somebody that constantly dribbles the ball, and then you got the nerve to get mad at other players when you pass them the ball and they miss the shot? Then you want to sit up there and you want to get angry. Well, you got to think about it. If they're sitting around and they're not in rhythm, such as a PJ Tucker, who is not really known as a shooter or anything like that, but he's known to sit there in the corner and wait for somebody. He's just primarily there for defense. Or like a guy like Eric Gordon, and you got all these other weapons that you can use on your team. Or CP3, well, he wasn't playing. But I'm just saying, 550 times in comparison to 549, that's ridiculous. And that was combined. Not even Steph Curry dribbled that much. And they used to get on Curry about how much he dribbled and all this other stuff. And I defended Curry. I said Curry really didn't dribble as much as you think. But when you look at the highlights, when you become a prisoner of just looking at highlights and him crossing up CP3 and making him fall and all this other stuff, then you become a victim of just relying on highlights instead of truly watching the game. And I watched James Harden. I didn't just watch him. Y'all think I just watched this man, just in OKC or, just when he started in the NBA? No. I was watching him since Arizona State. I've known about James Harden. I knew about James Harden when he was in Compton. Look, James Harden, the reason why I still got a lot of respect for him. I just don't like some of the stuff that he does. Like, the antics like he pulled in Houston and stuff like that. I thought that was very unprofessional. And I hate the fact that he can be not a team player at times. But one of the main reasons that I have respect for James Harden had nothing really to do with basketball in full per se. He was an asthmatic. And I grew out of asthma. I was an asthmatic. I had severe asthma. And I played athletics, and I was able to work my way out of that, man. I've almost died several times of asthma. So I could understand what James Harden is going through or what he went through. But you're still going to get the smoke. And so when you bring up the case about James Harden dribbling if you bring up the case about him being an all-world talent and you're saying, okay, well, he's great and he's doing this and everything like that. Well, if you're out dribbling everybody, multiple superstars on your team, and you can't get it done in the fourth quarter or in pressure situations, then that all-world talent means nothing. What you've done in the regular season and getting the MVP, I mean, yeah, that's an accomplishment, but it's null and void once you get to the playoffs. So I don't want to hear any of this stuff. Listen, I like James Harden. He does brilliant things on the court. But y'all are sitting up here being prisoners of the moment. Now look, how he played, like I told you yesterday, how he played last season when he was in Brooklyn. I I give kudos to James Harden. One for the fact that he was able to, he was running like a true point guard, actually distributing, wasn't dribbling too much and everything, and he was playing short-handed. He was, you know, I agree with when some people were saying that he was in the MVP conversation. Now I didn't feel that way in the beginning, and I didn't fully feel that way, but he had really stepped things up. He was like a whole nother James Harden when he got to Brooklyn. But think about how better you would have made your team, or think about how better the team would have been if you'd have just kept playing that way, or if you would have played that way while you was in H-Town. You have to really put that in its proper format. And I know some people. I know a lot of people. They bring up the fact about him leading the league in scoring, him getting triple doubles and all this other stuff. But hey, y'all get on Russell Westbrook, and then y'all say, okay, yeah, he got all these triple doubles and everything. And then when y'all have the nerve enough to sit up there and say, okay, well, he doesn't get it done in the playoffs. Well, you got to keep the same energy for Beard. You have to keep the same energy for him. We can talk all day about organizations and GMs and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And listen, organizations, they want to win, whether you believe it or not. Yeah, they want the money and everything, and they like fans coming out and everything, but that's something that a organization wants to post about. No matter if it's Minnesota Timberwolves or if it's the Los Angeles Lakers, they do want to win games. But they also listen. The fans listen. I know plenty of people that are Houston fans that cannot stand the way James Harden plays. They think he's a great player. And a lot of people feel like he's an all-world talent, but they felt like you were taking more away from the team than putting in. Yeah, in the regular season, man, he was brilliant in the regular season. I said that yesterday. He did it, man. Dog, in the fourth quarter, man, James Harden was lights out. He was lights out, and he was dangerous in the fourth quarter. He had a lot more energy in the fourth quarter and everything like that. But hey, again, that's where we gotta separate things. We're talking about the regular season, and there's no way in hell a player in the playoffs should be dribbling that much. Absolutely no way. It's ridiculous. Much less even the regular season. Even in the regular season, you really shouldn't be dribbling that much. If you out dribbling all of your superstars, and then on top of that, Golden State Warriors. I'm surprised the ball even touched that much. Listen, when a guy like let's say, okay, like Draymond Green. Okay, when he has the ball, you don't see him dribble or anything like that. And I bring up Draymond Green because he was the one. He handled the ball a lot for the Golden State Warriors. He handled the ball. He handled the ball a significant a lot, a significant amount of time. You gotta understand when you're saying all world talent. Okay, you gotta be able to you got to be able to have balance in your game. It can't be all just dribble, 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 dribble. And see, if you're coming into the middle of this video, please go back and listen to what I said. Okay, go back and listen to what I said before you come in the middle, and then you start prejudging what I say. Okay, because that's a lot of y'all do that. Y'all don't listen to anything that I say in the very beginning, whether it's me giving this guy props or saying, how great of a player he is and everything. Y'all look at the fact of the smoke that I'm giving James Harden. If you're going to sit here and continuously say how great James Harden is, what he's done and everything like that, you have to understand what has been his curse as well as his gift. His gift is to score the basketball. His gift is to get to the rack and draw a foul. His gift is to break his man down one-on-one and break a defender down. But his curse, his gift is also his curse. Being able to dribble all them times, dribble. Then on top of that, not only that, you take away from your team, especially in crucial situations. Just like I had talked about yesterday when Manu Ginobili had got the block on him in that crucial game in the Western Conference Semi. You take away from your game, and not only that, you're expending a lot of unnecessary dribbling and unnecessary energy that you're putting out there. It's unnecessary. But see, when you got to Brooklyn, guess what? You dribble to a point. That's why I said with Kyrie Irving, his game is much better when he doesn't do all that dribbling. Some people might disagree with that. Yeah, it's fun, it's exciting. He breaks his man down and stuff like that. But he's much more dangerous. That's why Kyrie was a 50, 40, 90 guy. Because he shot 53% from the, I think it was like 51, it's between 51 and 53% from field goal range. He shot 92% from the free throw line. And then also he shot over 40, I think it was like 41% from three-pointers. And he didn't do a lot of dribbling. Matter of fact, when he would catch the ball, that was it, and you've seen it multiple times. He would get to the point and get to what he was doing. That makes you much more dangerous of a player. You don't see KD doing all that dribbling. Yeah, he'll dribble out there if he needs to dance and make. But KD is a sniper, and KD's gonna be like, look, I know I can make it from anywhere. What do I need to do? Sit there and do all that dribbling for? And for all the hell that everybody gives a guy like Steph Curry, I got his back. He doesn't do all that. Steph Curry, yeah, he dribbles. But when Steph Curry needs to get to a point, he does it. And 9 times out of 10, Steph Curry, he can pull up from pretty much anywhere on the floor. So he don't need to do all that stuff. But see, with James Harden, you doing it throughout the game. You're doing it throughout the game. Then you're doing it at the end of ball game when it's unnecessary. You're doing it at in pressure situations on the biggest stage with all the marbles on the line, your season on the line, when it's unnecessary. I know that he's an all world talent. I respect that, but we gotta keep the same energy, like the same energy that y'all constantly criticize Giannis about not being able to shoot or not being able to do this. The same energy that we give Ben Simmons not being, the same energy that I give Ben Simmons about not shooting properly or shooting 34% from 3 pointers or from free throw, and him not being professional and all this other stuff, or the same energy that y'all give LeBron about him maybe, and they say LeBron dribbles too much. He dribbles way more than at that time when he was in Houston, way more than LeBron. And LeBron had a somewhat of a high usage rate himself, but he didn't dribble. He wasn't doing as much dribbling as Harden. I could tell you that. The same entity, all the criticism that you give it, guys like Luka, guys like LeBron, guys like Westbrook, guys like even Steph Curry, guys like KD, y'all have to give the same energy to Harden. Yes, it was back then. Yes, I understand that, but he was still doing the same thing, right? Several years, after that. We gotta stop being like, oh yeah, well, yeah, it's just primarily that player. No, James Harden out dribbled. He out dribbled 3 future Hall of Famers. And don't get me started. My biggest thing was the turnover because he set a record for turnover. You don't see point. You don't even see point guards setting records for turnovers. It's not equating to winning. And he, listen, I hate to say it. This isn't anything against him. I'm not trying to, y'all take it to a level like y'all think it's something personal. Only thing personal I had was his unprofessionalism. But I'm gonna say this: he'll never be able to win with him being the alpha, with him being that number one guy. He's got to have another punch with him. He's already shown he's unable to do that. He's already shown that he's unable to do that. Never mind the fact. Look, y'all get so caught up in your emotions that y'all fail to realize that I actually pay attention to what James Harden is doing. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna sit here and criticize him or talk about some of the stuff that he's done in the past, in which we have to put in perspective. You can't sit here and you can't praise him and then not talk about some of the other stuff that he's done, in which he could have did a lot better. Him not dribbling that much possibly would have got them a little bit further. Now I know Chris Paul was out, and that was a big loss, but he still had a chance. And as much as you want to dribble the ball, as much as you want the ball, as much as you need the ball, and everything, okay, here you go. That's what everybody said. Here you go. But other than that, like this video, share, subscribe. Also hit the notification too. Follow Sports Talk ENG, man, and I'm out.